Well, considering all the technical issues, it went pretty smoothly in the end. Yes, here we are at 39 minutes past 11 p.m. on January the 31st, 2020. It is Friday. A lot of people are happy. I'm certainly happy I've reached this point in time. Thanks for joining me and being persistent yourselves as well in checking out these notifications that have been saying martinshine.live is about to broadcast. That's if you're following me, of course, and that's on Periscope. You'll definitely receive a notification there when I go live. If you're not following and you're watching the replay or just catching us sort of, well, after we began, then, well, all you got to do is press the three dots in the bottom of your screen in the corner, the three dots there that we all know as the ellipses, the ellipsis. And that information was once brought to us care of Nick Wright One, who lives in the Carolinas in the United States of America. I will be looking at your comments in a moment, everyone. I can see them out the corner of my eye, sort of all flicking up there and on the screen, just going away like crazy. So better get into those in just a moment after I first press that button. That's the one for newbies, certainly. If you want to find me anywhere online, martinshine.live. That's how you spell my name. Yeah, there. Well, it was. And, well, it's going a bit mad at the moment, but then so is the rest of London and England and the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Why? Because this, as we speak, this moment in time, we are no longer part of the European Union. We're on our own now. It's kind of freestyling. I'm kind of liking it. I've got to tell you, I've never felt so good after something like this has happened, as in like a political decision. Even when there's an election, we had an election recently. It was friggin' awesome, the win, as far as I'm concerned, because it should never have happened in the first place. And they tried to oust the what was then the current leadership and the political party, but they got back in again. Everyone voted them in again because people were hoping that it wouldn't turn out like that, so that the new people in power would say no to Brexit. But hey, wait a minute, we'd said yes to it originally anyway. Long story, if you haven't been following, don't worry about it now. But yes, after 3 years of Brexit talk, hopefully that word will diminish in our everyday language very quickly, because I'm getting sick and tired of it myself. Thanks for the hearts, by the way. I can see those as well. If you press the screen gently, just there, very gently on your mobile digital device, then the hearts will appear. And because they're your hearts, they're going to be a specific colour to you. Yeah, not just the ones you can see on the screen right now, although if everyone's pressing the hearts, then certainly they will be those colours right now. Look at that. Fantabulous rainbow sea of colours. Excellent. How are we doing, everyone? 18 minutes to midnight. Better hurry up before it's very, very, very late, because it's already going to be tomorrow by the time I finish this. But hey, we've left Europe. Hey, that doesn't mean that you can't join us, JJ Crawl. I'm not sure what you think about it. I'm sure you'll give us some views in just a moment. And let's have a look what everyone is saying here. Everyone is saying, goodness, yes. Has the snow fallen yet? No, the snow hasn't fallen yet here. So, oh dear, I can see another technical problem that I have here, but I'm certainly not going to let that one get in the way of things. The snow is going through my brain. The song is, well, the snow probably is as well, Brenda. Yeah. Right. I'm going to look it up on YouTube, says Rosie Samantha. What, the song? You'll probably have to use Shazam to find the particular track that we use for these titles on the broadcasts. Yes, indeed. Welcome back, JJ Crawl, says Brenda. Well, in other news, I burned my popcorn. Rosie Samantha, did you now? Is that a euphemism? I hope not. He did it, says Brenda. Yeah, he did. Hello. Yes. What? Linda Peaceful. Hello, Linda Peaceful. Is that full of pieces? Does that mean somehow you've got to be put back together again? A bit like Jill when Jack did it, going up the hill and fetching that pail of water. Just saying, I don't know, but maybe you can explain anyway. Linda Peaceful, welcome to us. I think she means that she's coming in peace, and you know, it's all, you know, sort of like well, you know, the CND logo, really. Is that what we're talking about when we say peaceful? I think so. I'm another year old, says Brenda. Are you now? Happy birthday, Brenda. I'm another day old, that's for sure. And by the end of this broadcast, I'll then be 2 days old, I guess. Because anyway, never mind. Hi, Martin. No Brexit party for you. No, well, I was just watching it on television, which is why well, that's partly why the technical problems happened. I can't take total responsibility. The fact is, had I have set up all the equipment, booted up the computer and everything technical here sooner or earlier, then I would have noticed the technical problems and maybe we would have started on time. I was too busy though. I left it a little bit later because I was watching the Brexit party taking place in the area known as Parliament Square and Westminster in London. It was pretty packed there tonight. Very good result for those that deserved it, that voted in a way that, well, the majority did, and that's how it should be. Anyway, will this improve? What's that, Linda Peaceful? Will what improve? Explain. Hi all, says Brit. What are you saying hello again for? Right, Patty is here. So Brenda says, I was kidding because he waited so long before he began. Right, oh, okay. So funny. 3 years, that's not true, was only, what are we talking about, Linda Peaceful? Oh, 3 years, you mean talking about Brexit and all the talk about it and everything? Yeah, it was only one. Well, whatever it is, it's all over. If that's what you're referring to there, I will try and keep up with the comments in just a moment because they're delayed as it is. But after me talking at the beginning now, there's loads of comments to get through. Hello, David Dwarf. Thanks for joining us there. Elliot Mann, after I told him, and that was another thing as well, I told him I was in the middle of broadcasting or trying to. Didn't explain that bit, but I just mentioned because he's been messaging me, you see. But he's had a message, as I mentioned Elliot's name because most people here that are regulars I know who Elliot is, but he's messing around with his technology at the moment, trying to test, of all things, his text and message service. But after me explaining I'm trying to broadcasting, I would have thought he'd have stopped by now. But there you go. I think he's extracted his brain for the last couple of hours, I guess, and had a little rest that I think he deserves because he's been working very hard at the moment. But in so doing, that means that he's not able to sort of realise that maybe it's not a good idea to be bombarding me with messages at the moment. Oh dear. Right. Hello, Jeff. Thanks for joining us. That's fantabulous. Another one from the Buckeye State. Lovely. Tell me now, Martin, what do you want to know there, Linda Peaceful? What do you want to know? What was the question? Linda Peaceful was asking all about... hang on. We'll have to get to the end of these comments. And then, Linda Peaceful, if you're still in tune with us, so to speak, in more ways than one, then we can sort out what it is that's bothering you. Right. If I had a saying, the Netherlands would be better off leaving the EU... Really, JJ Kroll? I didn't expect you to... say that actually, or anyone for that matter say that. No, you weren't. Brexit. No, they weren't. Brexit. Right, we're at the end. Hang on, new message here from Elliot. Yes, no comments. What? Diva Dwarf, you can see no comments. That's not good, is it? It's not good. And actually, Diva Dwarf, though, while you say that, you have reminded me of something. That's the something, which is that if you can't see comments, and it's don't ask me. I'm really flummoxed, I think is the word, yeah. But as you can see, everyone, over here, specifically, the comments in Vision, which I was indirectly reminded about, that they weren't on, and I've just put them there. It's something new that we've been trying to experiment with over recent weeks when I have been here on these broadcasts. But the problem is they're never consistently working. And more often than not, the platform where we want them to work on isn't working. Now, you can't see this at the moment because if you look close, they've got a logo on them, all relating to the one platform that it appears you're all talking to me on and chatting on, which is Periscope. However, we are broadcasting on multiple platforms as I speak, live. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch.tv, Mixer.com, and of course Periscope, Twitter, our favourites and the ones that we always focus on first at the moment. Yeah, when it comes to these broadcasts. Well, it's served us well at the moment because there you are now. Those of you that couldn't see the comments, the great thing about them is usually, for those that are new here, if someone's sent a comment to me on YouTube and you're on Periscope, you wouldn't see the comment on YouTube. So if I started saying, without mentioning what the question was, yes, that's right, and I hope you had a good day as well, and I haven't been there, you'll be thinking, well, where's there and all that? Well, the question would be on the screen in this case, because the person from YouTube would have typed away and it would appear there. That's the idea. Isn't always working at the moment, but the point is anyway, right now, is that Diva Dwarf has explained that her comments aren't working on Periscope even. A lot of people keep saying that sort of from time to time. There's a problem. So here we are. But it's working and looking good at the moment, indeed, Brenda. Right. Now, let's see. Have we got another comment then from, oh, well, is that Stephen Noons? Is that right? 29? Good number, 29. We do like number 29. Mary, can you believe it? We've been waiting for Mary, everyone. Now we can explain to everyone that we've got a competition running at the moment. And if you want to win this right here, oh, yeah, exactly what you want to win. Want to win one of those? You can actually win 2 of them. There you are. I'm glad Mary's joined us. She wouldn't want to miss a thing when I mention what the competition question is. So, right, these things here, if you want to win them, they are headphone splitters. Yes, one is a cactus, one is a popsicle lollipop. Okay, they have 2 holes somewhere on them, cactus in its arms there somewhere. You just see where your headphones go. Yeah, right, okay, this has been with us for far too long. Yeah, since last year, this question, and no one's getting the answer correct. If you want to win those, and I'm going to throw in another prize as well for the winner, your mystery prize. You'll know when you become the winner what it is exactly. If you want to win, all you got to do is answer the question, and when you know the answer, or you think you do, send it to me on Twitter. So you must be following me on Twitter, but you can direct message me whether you're following me or not, the answer. No need to put the answer here, because otherwise you'll be giving it away to other people. But the first one to message me the correct answer on Twitter, even if you make a mistake and put it here, I won't be telling you if it's right, certainly not, because we want someone to be a winner by sending a message on Twitter. But you must be following on Twitter as well. What's the question? Mary, you ready for this, yeah? The question is, if you tell a female, a lady, something, and you don't want her to mention it to anyone else, and you want her to keep it confidential and a secret, what would you expect her name to be? It's a female name, it's a lady's name, such as Amanda, you know, it's not like, as we said before, doctor, mum, nurse, that sort of thing, no. And the example is, if you meet a man and he has one knee on the floor, what do you expect his name to be, ideally? The answer is Neil. Right, moving swiftly on from that now, Mary, you can take... Don't need to shout, because I don't think you can... I just got to... Hopefully she's lip reading. You can hear us now, Mary. That's good. Right, let's back to the couple. Oh, hang on. Back to the couple of. Hang on. What? Hey, I was going to say the comments here, but it seems change the record. I'm bored. No, Mary, please. What an insult. Records. We're digital now, Mary. Please. We've given up with records, wax cylinders, 8 tracks. Yeah, reel-to-reel tape, cassettes even. What are they? I hear some people asking. Never mind. Right, Patty, how you doing there in Las Vegas? I'm not listening, says Rosie Samantha. Listening to what? What are you not listening to, Rosie Samantha? Now, Brenda's apparently not where she usually is at the moment on the Eastern Standard Time Zone. Apparently, she's suddenly relocated to the Pacific Standard Time Zone, and she's in Los Angeles. Is that right? And her keyboard's a bit stuck at 2, repeating. Yes, very. Oh, hang on. Oh, there's a load of chat going on between yourselves, which is good. I like it. Thank you for the ongoing hearts. Love those immensely. Fantabulous. What we're going to do, probably a mistake considering it wasn't working, is show you that over there I have a very rich hot chocolate there. Can you see that? That's loads of, yeah, seriously chocolatey hot chocolate. Oh dear. Right, we don't do that too often with the camera, otherwise it won't ever. Come on, it was better before. There you are. We're not quite needing to be perfect here, but lovely, that's better. Bah ha ha ha, says Brenda. What? What? It's all right, Diva Dwarf. Rose, apparently, as I say, I don't know what she wasn't listening to, but certainly Rosie Samantha's left the broadcast now, I'm sure. She won't know to come back because she's not listening. Well, she's probably minimised the app if she's watching on the app, because, you know, don't forget, the great thing about Periscope, everyone, if you're watching this on Periscope, is that if you press to minimise the app, then it's still, certainly on, we're talking about iOS, it continues to play the audio, and it's brilliant. Yeah, it really is, because you can listen to the broadcast while you're doing other things, whatever it is. Yeah, it's pretty decent, that. Right, where are we? Just one other thing, just to really spoil your evening there, Brenda. I forgot to mention that as well as my hot chocolate, lovely. I'm not going to try and eat the last part, or maybe I will. We'll see. But we know what happened the last time I did that. But look, just for you, guys and girls, all right, that aren't in the United Kingdom, certainly. Hang on a minute. This one's definitely falling apart. Nice and fresh, this one. But yeah, and that's what happened. Lovely. Right, I've bitten off the best bit now, the cherry, but look at that, all in there. Oh, look. Right, it's all happening here, isn't it? People are trying to contact me left, right and centre. That's the trouble, you see. When you have all these different ways of people contacting you, you end up, as I say, doing a broadcast and then all these interruptions. I have a feeling I know who that might have been, actually. But anyhow, we continue here. What are we going to say about Brexit? I want your opinions. Come on, while it's a hot topic, and hopefully it won't be for much longer here anyway. You can go to your other news sources about all that. What do you think of Brexit, everyone? I don't even like the word. It's doing my head in, that word. You think your competition here at the moment, because it's not finding a winner anytime recently or soon, you think that's something that's, well, a bit much on your ears? The word Brexit, come on now, please. I'm still here. I'm not listening to your example of the competition. Which competition? Do you want to tell us about, what are you talking about there, Rosie Samantha? Do explain, please. Any snacks? Oh, I can't believe it. I didn't notice that comment, Brenda. But there you are. As you were typing that clearly, I was moving on to the wonderful Mr. Kipling's cherry bakewells. Well, this one now just a bakewell, no cherry on it now. Somewhere stuck in my mouth, the cherry, lovely. Let me see. Don't like it. Diva Dwarf says, I guess you're talking amongst yourselves and it's nothing to do with what I was just mentioning. I'm sure. Diva Dwarf, is that right? Yeah. Okay. 5 minutes to go before, for me, the day is definitely over. I've had a really good day today, actually, everyone, and yesterday as well, in terms of productivity and research. I don't often realise that that's what it is. You know, you get so involved with technical stuff, trying to make it work. That's the worst thing, connecting things together and they don't work, and you're doing everything correct and they still, you know, it's not like previously we might try and connect a couple of things together with a cable from China, yeah, right, and it's not quite the quality of say the one from Germany. And then when you go and buy the German one, the one that is by the original equipment manufacturer, it works properly. But here I'm actually having problems with a little bit of kit in particular, an Apple adapter, so that you can show the display of your device, such as your tablet, iPad, or your iPhone, telephone, on a big screen, television screen. But it was playing up. In fact, something strange happened because I purchased this item. It's about the size of, say, dare I say, a packet of average cigarettes, yeah? And you plug it into the iPad or your iPhone and you plug another cable from it to your television and monitor, video monitor. And as I say, it relays whatever's on the small screen to the large screen. Now, the funny thing is, I purchased one online and I purchased the wrong one. The reason I did that, and the accident happened there, well, look-wise, it's identical to the new one. The new one's only just come out, say a handful of months ago. So anyway, I bought this one and I tried it and it worked, but not 100%. There was a slight problem with the way it worked. And then I received another one, who incidentally, Elliot Mann, sent to me all the way from the United States of America. Yes, indeed, he did. All the way from Wisconsin. And that, the latest one he sent me, the up-to-date one, didn't work. But the older one did. So if I hadn't have made the mistake of buying the older one, I don't think it is. Again, I just think it's too confusing, all this digital technology. Time will tell whether the B word is a good or bad thing. You're not from the UK, says Diva Dwarf to Brenda. No, she's not. JJ Calls joined us again. Okay. There are bluebirds over the White Cliffs of Dover. Really? Lucky? JJ Crawls, you keep falling off. Is something I haven't gone green yet, have I? In this broadcast, I'm expecting to go green at some time, and I might miss it. I don't know. But the last couple of broadcasts, all of a sudden the signal just goes green. The video for about, I don't know, a couple of seconds at least. But it's not the end of the world. Right. More hot chocolate. So we've gone off of no green. No, not yet. No, not yet, Brenda. No. I checked the bread yesterday. It was definitely more green than I expected there as well. Replenished the stock today, so that's good. Incidentally, I started buying 50/50 now. I bought it the other day because it was a lower price, but it was just like a one-off thing where they lowered the price because they wanted to get rid of the stuff. And it actually tasted really good with the sandwich I made. So I thought next time I'm going to buy it intentionally, go out to buy this stuff. And I went out today and I thought, no, you know what? I'll stick to the white bread. Yeah. And as I went to go and buy that, next to it is this 50-50, which I haven't explained to you, is 50% white bread, 50% wholemeal brown bread. Now, I don't usually like wholemeal white bread, brown bread. But the 50-50 I can kind of get away with, and it's supposed to be more healthy, obviously. And today it was 50 pence for a loaf of bread. Couldn't believe it. 50-50. I think it's Tesco's own. I'll have to double check. It might not be. But just telling you, for those of you that are over here in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, nothing to be confused with that thing called Europe. Don't get me wrong, I love Europe. I love the people. I love the people anywhere. But this whole thing, this club, yeah, where only, you know, what is it? Was it 27 countries belonged to it before we exited? It's either that or it's 27 now that we've gone. All right, but over, you know, nearly 30 countries belong to this little club, but like only a handful: Germany, the United Kingdom of Great Britain, Northern Ireland, yeah, Ireland, the Republic of, and maybe France, yeah. Just a handful of countries were only active in sort of running the show, and the others just benefit from that. Can't be doing with that. It's a bit like in the high street. These days, everyone has to work together now because, you know, business isn't great in the high street. But there's more often than not, the stores in the high street, the independents, and even for that matter, the chain stores, they just work on their own and they don't care about anyone else. But if they only came together, synergy, very, very powerful, just like here with us now. And certainly, like, for example, with the support that certain people have been giving here recently to Shine Live, who I'm not sure where she is at the moment, actually. I don't think you're here, Shine Live, in this broadcast. And I know she's awake because I think it was her that tried to contact me a short time ago. She's doing really well, by the way, before you wonder. Anyone that is wondering out there, Shine Live is doing really well. She had a really good day today, I think. Yeah, and she's started to get on top of things. But I say that sort of... well, you know, being mindful of everything that's happened over the last, 10 days at least. It's been very, very, very busy as her life, and very draining in more ways than one, physically, mentally, but in various different, on different levels, if you like. But she's doing extraordinarily well. And I was listening to one of her broadcasts from about 3 or 4 days ago. And, well, someone's got to have some serious determination to better themselves. Well, if you're in her position and where she is now, in, I say, such a positive place, yeah. I mean, if you're not prepared to, and you're not in a position to help yourself, the system that's supposed to help you initially is going to almost, if not absolutely, destroy you. And I'll leave it there anyway, because that's really for her to start to speaking to you more about over the next few days or so. So glad to hear that, says Patty. Yes, absolutely, Patty. I knew you would be, and I know others will be if they listen to the replay. And for that matter, others that haven't commented on it right now here. Does she have her phone? Yes, she does. And she now has an upgrade. She had that delivered today. And I don't want to say too much because sometimes, you know, she might wanted to tell you that, but I don't think she'll mind. The fact I'm telling you that because now she hasn't got the problems, or she shouldn't have the problems that she was having before with her old phone that was damaged. Yeah, so give her another few hours to sort out her new phone at least, because I know she was setting it up today. So there we are. Got any questions, everyone? Apart from, no one mentioned anything yesterday. Something slightly different here, and I thought that someone may mention it because I know you're very observant, you guys and girls out there always, and so I sort of suggested on yesterday's broadcast, probably towards the end, that something was different just slightly, but no one actually said what it was, and I moved on from that. And I don't think I didn't actually say specifically what it was. Maybe someone commented and I just missed the comment, but cool. I message her. Oh, don't ask me, Patty. That's between you and Shine Live. Don't take this the wrong way, but, you know, while she is going through the conditions that she has, various ones, as you can see and hear yourself, because you said it, and you don't even need me to say this really. Just a reminder, no, just to know where we stand with all this. No permission is needed from me to communicate with her. If she wants to, she will. If she has a problem with what you've sent her, she'll tell you directly. You know she's good at that, and why not? A bit of truth doesn't hurt anyone. And Patty, I know I didn't even need to tell you that, but I'm saying it for others' benefits as well. But yeah, just go for it. Yeah, contact her. You know where she is, and when she's ready, etc., she will be in contact with you. I've got a feeling it will be sooner rather than later if things carry on the way they have done over the last 48 hours. In fact, what was the other thing? She went shopping today. I won't tell you anything about that, but I tell you what, when she came back from shopping, it was really good to see her looking fresh, and that's really what she needed after, again, going through the mill a bit recently. I just don't want to interrupt her care. Well, no, that's the great thing about text messages and about email and direct messages on Twitter, okay, is that you send someone a message and they will respond when it's convenient for them, you know, unless it's urgent, of course, in which case, depending on what it is, you know, if something's urgent, then obviously someone will just stop what they're doing and interrupt. But it's fine. It's all good. And there we are. Right, do a phone with her. Yeah, I think, yes, as I was saying, so I answered the thing about the phone. Synergy is good. Absolutely, Brenda. I always think you spell that with a C, you know, the synergy word. Don't know why, it's just implanted in my head. I think we've all had that with certain words. You know, no matter how many times you remind yourself how to spell something, initially, the first thought you have is the incorrect one. And often you just can't get rid of it. For life, just can't get rid of it, you know. By the way, does anyone know how many sides a circle has? Just thought I'd throw that into the mix. Should have made that the competition. Much easier, much easier. Right, look at that. Almost there with our magic number. Not quite at the moment. And I do know the title's slightly wrong here, everyone, on the broadcast, because we didn't start at 11:11. By the way, where are we? As you can see, I'm... enjoy my hot chocolate, as you can see there. How was your day? Productive? Diva Dwarf, you just beat me to it, because I was about to say, as you can see over here, it is already 6 minutes past midnight. And in fact, I can't say what I was going to say, because that was something along the lines of no one's actually noticed yet. And I haven't even told anyone yet that actually I'm talking to you now from Saturday, the 1st of February, 2020. So not only, everyone, is this now tomorrow, if you're in the United States of America, but this is weird. You don't need a time machine. But Martin Shine Live is speaking to you from February. I'm a month ahead of you now. It just gets better, doesn't it? I'm telling you, pretty crazy stuff, but it's a fact. Oh yes, and in fact, JJ Crawl was listening to us a month before we actually joined her, sort of. If you see what I mean, JJ Crawl. I know you do. Great, isn't it? Anyhow. So yes, my day and my month actually was fantabulous. I can tell you, the month of January overall, compared to everything that was happening in 2019 and 2000, well, actually for the last, I say 4 or 5 years, but certainly for 18 months, that period that ended at the end of 2019, because other people, ironically, I say they were in control, they were controlling me. Yeah, in a negative way, largely. Well, their intentions was to, well, they said to make sure that things turned out positively, both for myself, for Aaron, and for his mother, etc., and the immediate world around us all. But we know what's happened so far. If you don't, I'll be going into that hopefully before much longer. 4-2. Patty, over and Jeff says to Jeff's. Unfortunately, Jeff, that wasn't the competition because it looks like you're the first one with the number 2. I'm guessing that was referring to obviously what I asked: how many sides does a circle have? It's very good, but it would be nice if you now can expand on that, Jeff. Why was the answer 2 correct? And Patty might as well. Patty, you weren't. I mean, as I say, no competition, so we'll give you both a round of applause there, metaphorically there, and well, no, hey. It's a bit lame, isn't it? I need the sound effect, which isn't here right now. Never mind. Sincerely, congratulations and very well done. Yes, it's one that you can find it all over the interwebble. And in fact, I was speaking with my friend here today and it came up while we were discussing some other crazy questions and sort of what do you call them? These brain teasers. Here's one for you. What was it now? A man has to go into a room and can't remember the whole thing. I don't know. He wasn't a prisoner. He has to go into a room. One of 3 doors he has to use and go into one of those rooms. He can either go into a room full of flames and fire, or he can go into a room full of robbers who have guns in their hands and they're shooting, or he can go into a third room, the option is, which is full of lions that haven't eaten for years. Which one is the safest one for him to go in? I've got a feeling someone's going to get that straight away. I never heard that question before, but when I heard it today and I heard the answer, it was it's one of those that's so obvious. Won't repeat it, not like our competition, which reminds me, if you didn't catch the question about our competition, no, I'm not going to repeat it. It's all right, Mary, if you're still there. Rosie, Samantha, if you're still there, do keep listening, yeah? Are you still listening? Or have you just fallen asleep now, probably, after that boring section where we reminded everyone of the competition, yeah? No one's told me yet, at least I haven't seen on the chat, what's different about this broadcast. And I don't mean that the fact that chat there is working. In fact, if the chat wasn't there, then perhaps you might answer me that little bit speedier and correct. Good things happening, says Brenda. Yeah, definitely. Oh, Chickabees. Is that Chickabees? Chickabeesy? Hello. Don't forget to follow. All right. And then you won't miss a thing. Why is that then, JJ Crawl? JJ Crawl thinks the lions. You see, the time with the delays and that, not very good here. Robbers, because he could wear a bulletproof vest. No, Diva Dwarf, no options there. We're not complicating it anymore. Don't take that the wrong way. You know, it's as simple as it sounds. He's got his birthday suit on, for example, in this situation. Your hair, you got a haircut? No, I didn't, Brenda. I think I just gelled it up a bit differently today, and I actually bothered to do something with it today. That's the truth. I do need a haircut, though. No, actually, it's not like in desperate need of a haircut. Not like it has been recently, or recent weeks, shall we say, until it was cut last. But anyhow, yeah, I do want my hair a little bit shorter, so you never know. Watch this space. The chat captures Periscope and YouTube messages, says Jeff. It captures all messages, ideally. That's why I've configured it to do, Jeff. But at the moment, I don't know what's going on there. DVD Wolf, don't worry, I will bring the chat back in a moment, and others that can't see the chat in its regular place on the app. That was reported earlier. I'm aware of that. Before you remind me. Flames. What was the question again? You're not wearing shoes, eh? What? You've lost me there, Patty. Oh, I see. That's what's different about this broadcast. Actually, I am definitely wearing shoes, but that's quite, yes. Oh dear. That's hilarious. Right. They must be dead if they haven't eaten for so long. JJ Crawl got it right, everyone. Yes, it's the room full of lions that haven't eaten for years. They're dead lions. And I think that's pretty impressive. That's brilliant. What was the question again, says Brenda? Replay, Brenda. That's what it's for. But there you go. I'd shove someone into the room with lions. Right. Well, I think that was very good, very speedy there from JJ Crawl. She's definitely on form at the moment. You see, that's it. I mean, we're leaving Europe, mainland Europe, but I mean, there's good and bad in everyone. We're not. Don't get me wrong. I know we're not really. We're not. As far as I'm concerned, we shouldn't be, and we're not leaving Europe just because of the type of people. Because, as I just said in so many words, quite direct actually, there's success and failure in everything, every type of people, blah blah blah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, and forget judging books by their covers, etc. We all come from the same place, we all go back to the same place. But it does seem that we have a few intelligent people in Europe. That's what I was really coming to as well. So we can't just dismiss Europe and say, oh well, they're no use anyway. Anyone stupid enough to do that, which there are plenty of people doing so as we speak. Like your flag. Hey, what? The things behind you is upside down. No. No. Maybe I tell you, let's try that. Right, there we go. Okay, so there we go. Goodness me. Everyone needs a bit of help sometimes. So that's it. Now, actually, let me just now just stick that there. And this is a temporary measure, by the way, everyone. The way it sort of is the technology at the moment, everything, but certainly what I was just fiddling with over there. The thing behind you is upside down. Light your flag, Brenda. I'd eat the light. Yeah, well, I don't think Elliot would though, and anyone else that's vegetarian or vegan. By the way, I had that conversation today. I noticed an advert today for one of the big brands, certainly in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, called Birdseye. And they're advertising burgers, but plant-based burgers. In fact, plant-based food is everywhere now. All the big chains are pushing it, and plenty of independents as well. Vegan food, vegetarian food, plant-based diet. And the more I see this stuff, I haven't tried it yet, the more I'm thinking, number one, I want to try it. And number two, I'm thinking, yeah, it makes sense, you know. And obviously there's the old thing where you think to yourself, hold on a minute, right? If a vegan's a vegan, a vegetarian's a vegan, then why do you shape the vegan chicken nuggets to look like regular chicken nuggets? Or, well, there's better examples, isn't there? And yeah, why do you shape a burger that's made of plants to look like it's a meat product if you don't like eating meat in the first place, and it shouldn't look like a dead animal? But I understand why, because most of us have been conditioned obviously to see that food as it is at the moment on our shelves, and therefore in order to make us change our habits, we've got to have something that looks similar and tastes similar as well. But I've got to tell you, the look of these burgers, I've got to try them. I'm going to make a point of buying them soon when I see them in the stores. I saw the advertisement and I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Hold up your right hand, says Jeff. Okay, there's my right hand somewhere. We can't see it too. There's my right hand, Jeff. Oh, right. No. Oh, dear. I think I sort of tweaked what you're on about there, Jeff. Something's different. Yes. There's been no more comments. The Spanish guy. Si, senor. It's mañana now, so welcome. It's already Saturday here, and I guess it is where you are as well. Plant-based burgers. Are you seriously don't know about this, Brenda? I tell you what, we can talk about more in the future about that. Certainly when Elliot's here and anyone else that cares to identify themselves as vegetarian or vegan. Yeah, brilliant. But about 4 months ago, I was watching television, and there was a program where one of these very well-known top chefs in the UK, he went out to find like the perfect plant-based burger and the best one to date, so to speak. And he was interviewing someone, and there was a report on this person who has set out now to manufacture these seriously decent, the best tasting plant-based burger. And this top chef, they ended up barbecuing it, if I remember rightly, cooking the plant-based burger. And he said he wasn't exaggerating. He couldn't really, it's almost impossible to tell the difference between what he was eating and real meat product and produce. And I looked at it, they showed you quite a bit how they're formulating these things. It was based on mushrooms, and that's all to do with the density, if I remember rightly. I'm sure that's what they mentioned, but it makes sense anyway. So it's kind of compacted so much using some recipe including mushrooms, and they're out there now. I can't remember what the actual brand was, but yeah, watch this space, not here specifically, but in general around where you are, and that area of talk in the news and certainly in your food stores. Because, I mean, when you think about it, if we could all eat only plant-based products, sure, I think a bit of protein is good, but from meat. But I think, listen, I was going to say, I think we can get away without eating meat, but then that's a bit of a silly comment really to make, and even suggest that I am guessing, because there are people out there who already have lived for years a healthy diet, and they also have a really good skin condition, those that end up promoting their veganism or vegetarianism. So good on them. Bye, Martin, and bye to you, Diva Dwarf. Thanks for joining me. With all vegetarian burgers and stuff, it's not difficult to stop eating meat. They taste great, says JJ Crawl. Well, thank you for that and being an advocate there, Jay. Are you a vegetarian, JJ Crawl? Totally. And just want to clarify, or is it called it's a pescatarian, isn't it? Somebody who eats no fish products, yeah? I think that's right. or is that someone who only eats fish meat products? All confusing stuff when you're not sort of focused on all that. Made from what kind of plants, Patty? Yeah, exactly. What you had there, Patty? She says, I'm vegetarian for years, JJ Cole. Fantabulous. Sounds interesting. Mushrooms sound good as part of a plant-based burger, though. Well, yeah, absolutely. And funny enough, I love mushrooms now. But when I was a child and even a teenager, I just couldn't stand the look of mushrooms. I was like, ew. I think that's what you say in the United States of America. And I just couldn't imagine eating one. But now I couldn't imagine not eating a mushroom. I think it all stems from the fact of the stories of toadstools, being very poisonous. And therefore, I was always, certainly when I was much younger, that's, I think, where it all started, mustn't eat anything that looks like that. I know they're a bit different on top than what they normally red with white speckly dots on them, sort of thing. 727218. Yes, well, I'll dial that number in a moment and maybe we'll reach you. Is that what we're going to do? I think it would be hard at first to give up meat, but we'll give it a good try. Well, you just do that gradually, don't you, Brenda? That's what you do. But I do love a good steak, yeah? But that said, I don't have to give up totally. If I just lessened my meat intake, and let's face it, I tell you what, it's really weird, but over the last few years, I really have, whenever I've gone to eat a pizza now, never ever would when I first ate pizza, again, it's what you're familiar with is what you like, and if someone comes along and shows you something that's slightly different, or says that they eat something that's slightly different, you're like, again, you're thinking, ew, that's not great. It's like baked beans, great example, right? Now, baked beans on toast, I did say that, yes, is a staple diet here. There's a joke, that if you're a student, because students are poor, often they're on a diet for a month when they can't afford to buy anything else because they've got to pay the rent and the bills and everything. They end up being on a diet for 4 weeks, or hopefully less, of baked beans on toast, because that's, probably costs, well, you can get that for about each meal, I don't know, 50 US cents. But when I was over in the United States of America, and I told people that you have baked beans on toast as a meal here in the UK, the great thing about it is you can have it for breakfast or lunch or dinner at any time. Yeah, well, a steak, again, you couldn't do that, obviously, for breakfast. I'm sure there's someone that has meat, like burgers, for breakfast. No, it's not just because they've woken up at midday either. Again, if I wake up at midday, I've still got to have something to sort of, get my stomach in motion before the big meal. It might not have to be cereal if I wake up at midday through jet lag or whatever reason. Had a very, very late night working through the night till 3, 4, 5 in the morning. But I can't just go straight into eating, say, egg and chips or anything like that. Needs to be something like crumpets, which we mentioned. Oh, that great British product. Oh, pikelets, yeah. Even with something savoury on them. Or it could be jelly, jam, or marmalade. That's a good reminder to myself. Note to self, must buy some marmalade soon. Yeah. How popular is marmalade, by the way, in the United States of America? Obviously, you get jams, jellos that are flavoured orange, but actual marmalade. And of course, you get marmalade with bits in, and you have marmalade without. The one without, to me, is no comparison. Yes, a good steak would be hard. Yes, great idea. You can start with a few meat day week. Well, just getting back to what I was saying, absolutely, JJ Crawl. No fish for me, says JJ Crawl. Right. First, I don't know. I do love a good Boca burger. Not sure what they are, but certainly I do love a good burger myself. Pikelets, indeed, Brenda. I bought some just the other day, and I had them yesterday and the day before. Actually, I think that's right. I don't think I had them this morning. No, it was yesterday and the day. Cooking meat for my daughter smells awful. Now I'm a vegetarian for so long. Yeah, no, I get that, JJ Crawl. Yeah, almost like death warmed up. Not good. I can just imagine, and I don't think that's an exaggeration at times. I can imagine. Anyway, but as I was saying, I could certainly start to lessen my intake, because what I was trying to get to is the fact that over recent handful of years and months, I've realised that there's too much meat in our regular meals. You know, chicken used to be something special, you know, that you had on a Sunday as a family together. For example, certainly in the UK, where everyone is generally sitting down on a Sunday and having a family meal together on that day, if no other day. Yeah. And so you had your chicken, and maybe you had a chicken on another day of the week, for example, just let's say twice a week. But come on now, I was saying that in the early days when I discovered pizza, my pizza simply was a margherita pizza, obviously cheese and tomato on your basic pizza. That's the most basic you can have and nothing else. I'm sure there's someone out there that just has a cheese pizza or just a tomato pizza, but yes, I don't even know. Is the definition of pizza, if you're calling it a pizza, it must have to have cheese and tomato with the base. I would have thought. Anyhow, otherwise it's just cheese on toast, right? No? Tomatoes on toast. Anyhow, so my extra toppings on that margherita would have been black olives. Love black olives with pizza. I like green olives as well, but I just can't enjoy them as much on a pizza, the green ones, as the black olives. Kalamata. Awesome. Anyhow, apart from that, green peppers and red onion these days. But in the early days, it would have been mushroom, green pepper and olives on my pizza. Those three main toppings. And for years, people started getting my interest when they said they like pepperoni on pizzas. Couldn't stand that stuff. And chicken. And barbecue chicken. And I'm like, seriously? So when I was in the United States of America, specifically Manhattan Beach in California, I had, still to this day, it's probably my best barbecue chicken pizza. The first one, I said, I'm going to go for it. And there was a pizza place down there, just near the pier at Manhattan Beach. And it was awesome. So I enjoyed that. And since then, I've always now bought barbecue chicken pizzas as well as others. But there you are. I have chicken on my pizza. I have chicken, you know, with your potatoes and have a meal with that. And then what else have you got? You've got chicken with everything. Chicken this, chicken nuggets, you know, chicken everything. And then it's it's not difficult. It's difficult when you don't stop and work it out and plan. And when you've been so long just not thinking too much about what you're going to eat, and it's a good idea to structure your meals, definitely. Particularly if you have a family there. JJ Cruel was saying, you know, with her daughter, structure things and work out what you're going to have. And that's also great when it comes to help you with your budgeting as well. But yeah, it's too much chicken. Chicken every other day on average, I would say. And I don't think that can be too healthy. God, that's called a margherita pizza. Yes, a margherita pizza over here certainly is just a pizza with no toppings, just cheese, tomato, and the base. Yummy, says Brenda. Linda Peaceful has joined, it says. Did you leave us then? Is that what happened? Wow. Brenda, margherita can be a drink and oh yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. JJ Cruel. I see what's going on there. Yeah, we do have margherita drinks. No question about that. If it's a drink and it's possible to create and make, we have them here in England. Definitely. Oh yeah. And probably the same in Holland as well. They love a bit of drinking over there. Brenda's been educated now. Yeah. Yes. I'm sure I've seen on the menus though over in the United States of America a pizza referred to as a margherita. Unless, yeah, I'm sure. Yes. Up to my ass in alligators. Are you sure they're alligators, not crocodiles? I wonder. That's what I haven't tried yet. And we're going totally off in the wrong direction now when I say crocodile. I don't think I've had, because let me think. Just trying to remember. Did I try the crocodile burgers or not? I may have done. I'll have to inquire about that. Someone else will be able to remind me if we have or not. But I did have a couple of types of burgers where they started selling them in the local store, and they were like different types of meats products, and they originated the various meats from Australia. Of course, you don't want to ever try kangaroo because that will just bounce back up, I'm sure. What do you think? Just saying. All right, everyone's being well behaved with the chat. Not much chat going on now. It's all slowed down a bit. Right, gives me a chance to catch up. Martin, I had a blood orange pommes sangria with Fireball last night. I bet it was, Brenda. I tell you now, there's a fizzy drink over here, a soda. Yes, you have them over there. San Pellegrino. If I'd have thought about that, I wouldn't remember the name. It's like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Yeah, that one. But the San Pellegrino is a more recent, over the last, 15 years, decade, it's been introduced into the market over here. And I have seen them plenty in the United States of America, so they've obviously gone global with that brand. Now, they have all different flavours, but my favourite one is the Blood Orange, I believe, or I think it's actually called that. And I wouldn't even touch the orange one after trying my favourite one, the blood orange one. And I don't normally like fizzy fruit drinks, sodas that are drinks. I'm just like for Coca-Cola, Pepsi Cola. Yeah, and of course, while we're on the subject, I'll throw it in, and I'm going to stop talking about all that now. Otherwise, we'll be here forever, and we won't have anything to talk about in the future, or at least we'll just be talking forever, going into the future, and there'll be no breaks, because that's what we can do here, because it's all interesting. But over in the United States of America, lemonade is definitely different to in England. Because over here, lemonade is literally lemonade. Well, I was going to say it's a lemonade flavour, and you can't describe it like anything else because it's lemonade, and that is it. Whereas, but I'll come back to that. In the United States of America, if you ask for lemonade, it's usually often, if not usually, referred to as pink lemonade, and it's a bit more, it's got a fruitiness to it, like a great grapefruit taste to it. And then I realised after that actually, lemonade here, you do have it over in the United States of America, but the lemonade that we have here, the closest, there we go, green, we went green, oh yeah, but anyhow, the lemonade over in the United States of America, the closest thing that I've seen and tasted is 7-Up, because 7-Up is what we call lemonade, but with lime, if I remember correctly. I haven't eaten ostrich, so I guess I've got my head buried in the sand too much. I need to get out more. Is that what you're saying? Right. No one mentioned, though, about... I don't think... I'm confused now. Wait a minute. Patty was telling me that she thought maybe I didn't have any shoes on when I asked the question earlier. Jeff asked me to put my hand up, which is now hidden, the on my right hand. Yeah, is that better, Jeff? Right. And so I'm just wondering if did anyone catch what was different? Because we had to take the chat away as well earlier to sort of give you a clue. I can't remember. I don't think anyone did actually say specifically what was different about this broadcast and yesterday's. Goodness me. Oh, but then again, I did then obviously take it away and then reminded you that the broadcasts are normally like this. So what's different, of course, is this. It's very bright. That's my new little toy. Oh my goodness me. That is so bright, that light. Rechargeable. Takes about 3 hours to, oh, it's only on 1%. What? No, hey, red. Oh, I see. Hang on. If I press the magic button there, if we take it down just a tad. Oh, hang on. Oh no. Oh dear. Whoops. Yes, I don't think the cops are here just yet, but I pressed the wrong button only because I didn't intend to do that. So I was just going to show you everyone that the new light that I'm using at the moment, which is great, you know, to have in your pocket when you're out and about, makes all the difference. Makes all the difference where you are. Just a little bit of light, and somewhere, if I press the magic button, I'll take it down a bit, and then I'll be able to just show you there. Oh, there you are. So that's the light at 10% there. Well, I don't think it's going to allow me, unless I bring it right up to the camera, maybe the camera will dim. There you go. Now you can see all the LED, just for a moment you saw them there. All the LEDs on there, all blue at the moment, and with a bit of extra power. Just from here, okay, that's on, what did we say, 10%? 12% now, 11. Right, if I just do a bit of that there, it's pretty awesome, considering it's as small as it is. As I say, you can just see it is, well, there's my hand and there's the lamp there. Very, very small. It fits in your pocket, literally in your back pocket. Jeff, I hope you're still there and watching, because that's a nice little toy that you'd like. It costs you about $50 if you wanted one. $45, I think, actually, without shipping. And they're available on Amazon, I think, if you want to buy one. And to Yeah, thanks for joining, Ant. Leave it at that. Yes. Again, I only see your @name on here. A lot of people, again, I have to remind everybody that, yeah, this technology doesn't allow us to see where you've put your name. Mind you, if I click on it just for a second, your name, and I haven't got time to do that with everyone that keeps popping up here. There, it's Anton P, everyone. See, it doesn't say that Anton, but it says Ant Petrucci. So welcome. Thanks for joining our little bubble here, our little community. And don't forget to follow, because there's going to be some great stuff happening over weeks and months to come now. Oh, and by the way, everyone, before I start to disappear now at nearly 25 minutes to 1 a.m. on the first day of the month of February 2020, if you want to see one of the professional broadcasts that I'm going to be involved with, certainly an inaugural testing trial one at the local City Hall, Town Hall. It's a very small meeting at the moment. It's a new business group that's starting up to support the town centre that's going through some very, very big changes. Not massive compared to cities, but certainly they're having some construction work, building work taking place, a new hotel being built, and a little shopping complex there with cafes as well. And the whole town centre is being modified, pedestrianised, and it's going to change and hopefully improve the experience of shopping in the town centre for locals and those that flock here, certainly 2 days a week, because there's a market on a Wednesday and a Saturday. So I'm going to the meeting. It's not specifically about those changes as much as it also is about the businesses coming together to work together and promote the town centre and the events that it's starting to put on, such as street markets, food markets and all that. So I suggested, like I would to a lot of people, anyone that's having a meeting anyway, that often this meeting is for business owners. The problem is it starts at 6 p.m. Where are business owners? Well, they're kind of just leaving work, or they're trying to go home, or just arriving home, and they're very busy, or they have to stay at work, and therefore as soon as they finish work at 6:30, if the meeting started half an hour ago and then they've missed half of it, so they're not going to bother going to the last half, they're going to go home. Well, if you ensure that the content is on their digital device, their mobile digital device, then they can also partake virtually and in the way of a webcast, a live stream. So that's what we're going to test out on the 4th of February, Tuesday. So make a note. It's going to be midday, noon, 12 o'clock, Central Standard Time in the United States of America on the 4th of February. I'll probably go live here. That's what I'm going to try and do, by the way, guys and girls, while I remember to remind you. That I'm probably going to go live here on my personal channels when we have such broadcasts taking place. So I'll go live here maybe, 15 minutes before, roughly speaking, and remind everyone that if you want to see me, or at least you want to see what I'm working on, like you have done in the past, then I'll give you the URL and where to head over to in order to find out more about it. Or indeed, I might even just retweet it or repost it on Facebook and everything else. Krellman, hello to you! Fancy! I'm forgetting that the chat is there because it's actually working, and strangely that often isn't the case. Brilliant. Is that in? Yes, it is, JJ Kroll. It absolutely will be, yes. And it's going to be a really interesting evening. And in fact, I'm forgetting as well, they have a small talk for about 11 minutes from someone, who is it? I think it's a local business, and I can't remember what they're about. But yeah, and over the coming weeks and months, I hope to be speaking to local traders in the local town centre, as well as other places far afield, and finding out what they're about and what their services are, what they are about themselves, what motivates them, for example, if they're a small local business person working on something that they're passionate about. Yeah, and also, of course, there'll also be opportunities, if it's that type of business, for you to purchase their products, if they're gifts, certainly, and artwork and everything else. And you, Brenda, as well, you're going to be doing the same as well at some point. Yeah, we have to talk to you and see what you're doing when it comes to brendatupperart.com. Or has it been taken already? Right. Is that in Braintree? I've answered that one already. That's a long name that I'm finding difficult to read because it's late here as I'm broadcasting. It might only be early where you are. It might be 8:30 in the morning in Barbados. Yeah, and you're watching the replay sometime, obviously, in the future, maybe in March 2037. Hello to you there. I look a bit different now if you're watching at that particular moment in the time of the planet Earth's history. Yes, that is Handsome Man. Handsome Man. Hello to you, Handsome Man. Welcome. Please follow. And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye now. I'm going to say thanks to everyone for watching and listening, partaking, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. It's been a good broadcast. Finally, we got here, yeah, after the struggle with the technical stuff. So apologies about that, but it was out of my hands, kind of. Obviously, it wasn't, because once it was in my hands properly, I managed to sort it out. Incidentally, this thing here caused the problem again. Remember, I was on the other camera over there, that one there that you can't see. Oh, actually, I can. Can I do that? Can I do? Of course I can. Of course I can. Of course I can. We can do anything here. So usually we're on that one, but at the moment, it's working. But the other day I was on this one here, that one, you see that one, there you are, yeah, you there, and that was although that's, yes, it's the backup camera, but we don't like using the backup camera, so I prefer using that one. And it started failing again at the beginning of this broadcast, and among other things I had to sort it out, and I did. And I'm having to sort of use a workaround, but I shouldn't have to. I reminded myself of the workaround I discovered the other day, but it took a bit of time for me to remember. Because you shouldn't have to remember, we were saying this at the beginning with technology. If you buy two things and you've got to join them together to make them work, you don't want to mess around and then find out, well, you're joining them together with a cable that should work and it doesn't because it's cheap from China. Yeah, and it's got some sort of virus. Just saying. And you end up buying a proper quality, decent one from Germany, or for that matter, Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Yeah, over there somewhere. That's it. Excellent. Which reminds me, see, we're going to, back to the Brexit thing. That terrible word. Yes, but we are now officially out of Europe. It is the first day of not being a member of the European Union. I am so happy. And also, I think the reason I'm happy is because I'm at a situation at a point where I'm about to start moving forward intensely with all the live streaming work and everything I've been trying to do over the last, well, certainly 18 months, but I couldn't because of, well, regular viewers will know why. Other people getting in my way, in my life, and making it rather hellish at times. But there we have it. Good to see you again. Where have you been? And Happy New Year if it's not too late. Croman, Happy New Year of the Rat to you as well. Because, of course, I'm sure you must have meant the Chinese New Year. Maybe not. But whichever New Year you're speaking about, I just need to go green for a moment. There we are. That's sorted. Right. There we are. Excellent. Lovely. I'm happy for you and England too. Okay, says Jeff. Excellent, Jeff. Well, I'm happy too. Where have I been though? I've been, no, yes, Croman, I've been here most of the time that I can be, sort of thing, you know. And if I haven't been here, I've tried to update people why I haven't and as and when. But hopefully, I'm here to stay. The regular broadcasts at 11:11 local time, GMT at the moment here in England, they might not be here every day, but trying my best for them at the moment. They can't be here every day in the future because I'm going to be overloaded as business starts booming and I've got to be elsewhere, you know, not always in this position at that time. But don't worry, because we're going to have at least, I think, once a week. We can easily commit to once a week being here at 11:11 local time here in England. Of course, if I am travelling in another time zone, it'll have to be 11:11 maybe in that time zone, but just keep following and you'll work out yourselves and know exactly what's going on. Is that in, oh, hang on, oh my goodness me. I'm confused now. See, only the last comment that came up here was ages ago from JJ Krill, yeah, at least 8 minutes ago. So Krillman's comments are not coming up there. Interesting, that isn't it? Could someone else send me a quick comment before we, Jeff's comments didn't even come up on the screen there. So has the comments have stopped working now, people. That's not good. That's definitely not good. Maybe that was my, the sort of the hint to get out of here. Yeah, things stop working. Really not good. It says that Jeff's just joined again. Very confusing. The technology definitely needs drilling into. I don't mean literally with a tool and a bit making holes into it, but drilling into technically to find out what's going on really. I should know. And things are happening that just aren't logical, so I will figure it out. JJ Crawl, bye all, good night, Doey to you, JJ Crawl. See, yes indeed, I can see for a fact there, certain people's comments are not coming up. That's not good. We got a regular delivery from China at work yesterday, and I rubbed my face all over it. Right. What was it, a mask? Don't tell me. Some medical products. Anyway, anyhow, so talking about that, has anyone seen the video going around on social media where the lady's pouring the Corona into the sink, possibly? Very crazy, but a bit of a chuckle it gave me. Anyway, right, I'm out of here, everyone, because it is now almost 15 minutes to 1 a.m. on February the 1st, 2020. It's now Saturday. And before you ask any further, Brenda, I'll just say before I finish as well that yes, Adam is still working. DJing is Adam Roberts. Want to know more about him at On Call Media on Twitter and Periscope. I had to shut down my YouTube TV and it kicked me off Periscope. Well, it doesn't matter now, Jeff. You'll have to explain another time now. I'm half following. I've got to get out of here though because it's very late and I've got work in about 8 hours time. Shocking stuff. So until we next meet here, everyone, thank you so much once again. And boy, we're on our own now. Yeah, we can make it whatever we want it to be. Yeah, the rules have changed slightly. Here, personally, and with you guys and girls, not too much. But in the big scheme of things, when it comes to England and doing things that we're good at in a way that we know best, yes. I'm looking forward to seeing what develops over the coming months, and certainly after 12 months when we really are out of the transitional period and doing it all proper once again, and we can put the great back into Britain. Awesome stuff. Until next time, have a good rest of your day, sleep well, and again, thanks so much for your ongoing support, and don't forget at Shine Live, you know, if you don't know how to spell that's SH numeric 1 N numeric 3 live. Head over to see what she's up to as well. I don't know if she's been live in recent hours. I don't think so, but watch that space as well. Where am I working? You've lost me there, Jeff. Oh, what you mean tomorrow? Just well, where I usually work here. In fact, I'm going to be working with Adam tomorrow a little bit when he decides to head over to his shop, because he's having a very late night DJing, as he does on a Friday night, until 4 a.m. Saturday morning. He started, at about 9 p.m. like he usually does on Friday, etc., etc. Anyway, Jeff, I've got to get out of here. I said I'm going, and I'm still not gone. So, thumbs up, says JJ Call. To everyone. Maybe I need some hot chocolate. Definitely. Right, to everyone. Until next time, Doey, and goodbye. Thanks for watching.